welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of February 20th to the 26th. So this is a lovely week for intuition, for compassion, for kindness, for love, for empathy, for humanity. This is just, it's going to be a lovely week. And it's going to make us very sensitive. So let's get started, shall we? So on Monday, and depending on where you live in the world, but because of my time zone, I am at the Mountain Standard Time zone. We have a new moon, a super new moon in Pisces at 12:06 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you are on the Pacific time or, the West Coast of North America, it would be happening for you at 11:06 p.m. on the Sunday. And if you're on the East Coast, it's happening for you at 2:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you're on the East Coast of North America. So it's kind of straddling that Sunday, the 19th, and Monday, the 20th. But if you're going to manifest, today is the day. So I will say Sunday night to Monday night, great time to manifest. And because of it, number one, being in Pisces, which is about intuition, connection to the divine, compassion, empathy, harmony, all those lovely, intuition, fantastic time to plant the seeds for something that needs healing in your life. Or maybe to deepen your intuition and trusting of yourself. Or maybe there's some sort of spiritual connection that you're trying to cultivate more of, calling in your guides, trusting yourself, doing more spiritual work, meditation. Great time to plant the seeds for more of that, because whatever you plant the seeds of now will come to fruition or a new level of understanding on August 30th, which is the full moon in Pisces. So there's sort of that 6-month kind of cycle from new to full and full to new. So this time is going to be a beautiful week for flow, for intuition, and this super new moon. Now it's kind of sad because we can't see it, right? The super new moon. It's the sun and the moon are lined up at the exact same zodiac degree to the minute. And this zodiac degree is 1 degree and 22 minutes. So this is the 4th new moon at the 1 degree mark of a sign. There's 4 of 5. So we've got one more to go on the next new moon. And this is kind of, again, ushering in a new era, something that's kind of, we are birthing something new as a collective right now. And these new moons consecutively at this 1 degree mark is really kind of speaking to that. Now, if you've seen my last full moon astro forecast, there's also this kind of thing about 16 degrees of a sign, which is really interesting. But I'll talk about that on the next full moon, excuse me. So this new moon on Sunday night, Monday morning is going to be bringing with it an interesting energy. Usually Pisces energy is very creative, flowy, not really grounded, very ethereal. You kind of, think about that meditative state where you're not really connected to anything. That's a Piscean state. So a lot of Pisces, or people who have a lot of Pisces in their chart, kind of seem not crazy, but just like kind of in this own other world. Like they're almost sort of tapped into this other kind of aspect of life, more energetic than they are physical, if that makes sense. So it's almost kind of like they're just sort of in this like state of like flow. And we're going to be asked to do more flow this week. We're moving into more mutable energy, being able to flow with change. We need this mutable energy to come in for us to make change happen in our own lives and in the collective, of course. So this new moon is at the 1st degree, 1 degree and 22 minutes of Pisces. And just a little back of it, is Saturn. Saturn's at the final degrees of Aquarius. It's at the 28th degree of Aquarius during this super new moon. So it's conjunct. We call that within sort of an orb of 8 degrees. So we call that they work together as a team, which is what conjunction means in astrology. So these 3 planets or 3 points in astrology are working together: the sun, the moon, and Saturn. Now, Saturn in Aquarius. So Saturn rules structure, responsibility, scarcity, fear, father time, doing things the right way, right? Responsibility, right? It's the authority figures in the world. And we're bringing in that structure into this ethereal world of intuition, of kind of this like ethers or sort of this energy. And we're trying to bring structure to our hopes and dreams, right? So whatever we tap into in Pisces, our intuition, we are bringing that into reality with this Saturn conjunction, which is fabulous for me as a Virgo. I'm like, let's make things happen, y'all. I don't want to be sitting in this like, oh my God, wouldn't it be nice? You know, I mean, that doesn't, we're not doing anything. Now, Saturn in Aquarius is also about being together for humanity, doing things for the community. So this literally is channeling your gifts and talents to be used to better humanity. So whatever this new moon is, whatever seeds you are planting, it will then come to fruition in a way that you will be of service, and it will elevate humanity in some way. You're going to elevate consciousness, bringing something new, inventing something new, being your best self, you know, living your gifts and talents. This new moon is going to help us with that as a collective, especially you watching this. Now, we have some really beautiful aspects with this new moon, super new moon. So one is we have Mercury trine to Mars. Mercury is our mind, and Mars is our action or motivation or passion and our desire. So our mind and our will is moving together. We want to get things done. We're concentrating. We are focused. We're driven. We're clear thinking, creativity. We're getting things done. This is awesome. I think this is going to help us manifest. And then we also have this beautiful energy that's kind of left over from Valentine's Day of Mercury conjunct Venus. Now, Venus is what we love and value. It's our relationships, and she's still in Pisces. So this Piscean energy of like, why don't we all get along and kumbaya and we love everybody. That's that Venus and Pisces, right? It's like devotion and compassion and empathy and, you know, let's heal everybody. That's Venus in Pisces. And Neptune is like, I'm channeling the divine. In Pisces, I'm connected to creation. I'm bringing things, you know, in this sort of dream state. You might have very active dreams right now as you're bringing things from dream state into reality and awareness. So this can be really loving spiritual connections, our relationships. We want to have deeper connections with people, having this Venus and Neptune together. And at the time of this super new moon, this is bringing in that extra sensitivity, that extra ability to channel and be an intuitive and really kind of listen to what do we truly want from the place of our soul, not from the place of our ego. Yes, we want money. Yes, we need to pay bills. Yes, all to that. But I also want to have purpose. I want to enjoy my job and feel like I'm doing something that makes a difference in the world, right? So this Venus and Neptune energy is very, very beautiful. However, it can predispose you to wanting to imbibe, wanting to enjoy life a little extra. And with this sensitivity, especially a Pisces super new moon, be careful if you enjoy recreational drugs, be careful if you are drinking, and be careful if you are taking medication. You are more sensitive now, especially if you are a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Right. So that's going to really make us more sensitive as a collective as well. So we can feel crying, we can feel more empathetic, especially if we're watching the news, feeling for those people, you know, we want to do something. I'm going to say, excuse me, detach and send love, right? Send love, send compassion. There's no such thing as compassion fatigue. There's such a thing as empathy fatigue. Because empathy, we feel other people's pain. Compassion is, I feel for you. I don't feel you, I feel for you. Does that make sense? So there's no such thing as compassion fatigue. There is such a thing as empathy fatigue. And I want you to know that, especially this week, we are practicing compassion, not empathic. You know, I'm feeling all your stuff. There's no reason for that. We don't need to feel everybody's feelings, right? There's certain places in time that it makes sense to feel people's feelings, especially if you're a healer, but you're doing that with conscious awareness, and then you're cutting that cord and sending them love and light and detaching from them. You're not connecting and continuing to experience them. So if that's something that you do and you're feeling feelings in your body all the time, stop and sign up for Intuition 101, because that's not the way to live life, okay? You're not meant to do that. Now, it's very interesting because one of the things with this 1 degree of Pisces, this is going to be activated multiple times this year. And the reason for that So this super new moon is now kind of created this vibration or frequency out into the universe. And every time a planet moves past this 1 degree of Pisces in 22 minutes, it's going to play that vibration again. And this is important because Saturn is moving out of Aquarius into Pisces this year. It's a big move. It only happens every 2.5, 3 years. But when Saturn moves into a new sign, he's bringing now structure and responsibility into that sign, into the collective. So Saturn is going to be moving over this very same degree, 1 degree and 22 minutes of Pisces from March 16th to March 24th. So just pay attention to whatever seeds you're planting now are going to come up for you to see where you are holding yourself back, where you are in scarcity, Saturn, where you are not taking responsibility, Saturn, where you are running away from what you came here to do, Saturn, right? Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac. It's not fun, but it's necessary. It's necessary for our growth. So Saturn's going to come past this 1 degree and 22 minute activation point, March 16th to 24th. Then he's going to retrograde over this point again, September 22nd to October 11th. So at that time, September 22nd to October 11th, we're going to be asked to stand up and introspect on why we set the intentions that we did. Now, I know the full moon has already come and gone for August 30th, but now it's still a point of activation, right? It's kind of created this vibration. Every time something goes past it, it's playing that same song again. Think of it like a record player. The groove has been created. The song is played every time that groove something passes through that groove, right? And so it's going to be activated again September 22nd to October 11th. And then finally, for the last time by Saturn, on November 28th to December 15th. This is a full year deal. So by the time we hit December 15th, there's going to be a new responsibility kind of embedded in you about this intention that you're setting now. So it's very important to be mindful of what you are planting the seeds of, because it's going to be a whole year lesson, y'all. It's not just like, no, it's a super new moon. It's at 1 degree of Pisces, and it's going to be a Saturn point that's going to be activated numerous times throughout this year. So pay attention. Those 3 dates, put them on your calendar, put your intention in a little sticky note, and see how it's coming together for you, because you are going to be maturing through this intention this year. Profound, very profound. And then a little bit with Saturn going through that Piscean mark is sort of bringing that adult you, that responsible you, to your dreams, right? Creating from your dreams, creating lasting changes that are going to be a benefit to all, that are elevating humanity, right? We're going to be compassionate and healing humanity in some way. So it's going to be a very interesting time. Now, on this day as well, just 50 minutes after the super new moon in Pisces, Venus moves into Aries. Venus in Aries is passionate. It is driven. She wants to go. She does not want to just stay put. And she is excited to make things happen. She's very passionate. She's very bold, and she's very courageous. So during this time, this is again interesting, right? Whatever intention you're going to plant, now Venus is going to come in and go, okay, right? I was bringing in the intuition, and now you're going to go with it. You're going to do something with it. It's almost like I just saw a spirit handing off the baton. Now go, run. It's time. It's time now. So very interesting how this is all working out. Now, Tuesday, February 21st, we have Mercury square to Uranus. Now, Mercury is our mind, and Uranus is about our effervescence, our individuality. It doesn't like restriction. It's, change, God of chaos. He likes to kind of change things up, because routine kills your creativity, right? Routine kills anything new coming in, because you're not open to anything new. You're like, I need to do everything this way every day, and that's it. And then Facebook changes the algorithm, and you're like, oh my God. And then Windows doesn't update, and you're like, oh my God, right? Like, that's change. That's Uranus, right? Uranus is like, yeah, thanks. You know what? We're going to change it up because you're getting too comfortable. And that's why we change, right? And then we evolve through that evolution. So Uranus also rules evolution. So this square today, Tuesday, February 21st, I think we're also going to feel it the day before, because this is very powerful. And this feels like, now the positive side of this Everything has its positive and a struggle. So with the positive with this is like ingenious ideas, out of the box thinking, coming up with solutions no one ever thought about, right? Creativity, being, bold, exciting things, new things happening, kind of exciting changes to your schedule. And then if you like your schedule and you're like, okay, I'm banking on getting a lot of things done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Because it's about changing up your schedule, but being fluid, right? Bringing in that mutability that you're like, all right, I'll flow with these changes because something that's exciting is coming from it. Something is shaking out of your schedule that actually was not meant for you, or that you're meant to see in a new way to do it differently, maybe when you do it eventually. So you're not going to have a schedule that's going to be really tight today. You know what? Tuesday, just be kind of open to, agendas changing, to new routines. And you might be, a little bit lacking in concentration, right? Pisces energy, feels like it's like ethereal and dreamy, and you're caught in daydreams, or you get stuck down, rabbit holes on social media. Be careful with that, right? There's an aspect happening the day after. It's still in play now. It's going to help us be a little bit more focused. But on this Tuesday, just be aware of there's kind of more excitement and changes to plans that are likely going to happen. So this is the day to just be open to what comes and not to have a very strict agenda and a strict timeline to do things, because you can find that you kind of get sidelined. But in the best of ways, right? In the best of ways. This is a great day to meet with friends, to have awesome conversations, bringing new ideas to the box. This is new ideas outside the box to the fore. This is a great day to problem solve with colleagues or with friends, to kind of brain dump and start to kind of be creative in your processes. Great day for that. Now, Wednesday of February 22nd, we have the moon is in Aries, and we also have this Mercury trine to Mars. So this is an aspect where we have a lot of get up and go. We have a lot of energy and motivation. This is going to be increased mental aptitude and increased mental concentration. Go ahead and get on with work, concentration, clear, decisive thinking, confidence, motivation. Great for debating, great for negotiating, great for favors, great for public speaking, and great for sharing thoughts. So we have this wonderful, sort of outside the box thinking coming in. And then now you can sort of go, oh my gosh, we're going to action these solutions. So this is good energy. It's interesting because they're kind of counterproductive to each other, right? Uranus doesn't like routines, but Mercury trine to Mars is like, we're going to get things done. There's a lot of air, and it's an air too. So we have this intelligence that's really available to us now. And then the rest of the week, we don't have any major aspects other than Thursday. Looks like a really good day to just go and get things done. Friday looks like there's some breakthroughs coming through. And then Saturday, we have this head versus heart energy. The moon is conjunct Uranus, and then it's also squaring to Mercury. So we kind of might have this feeling of like discombobulated on Saturday, and that's possible. Maybe some anxiety as well. Just anchor down with a to-do list, or anchor down with just being on the couch and relaxing. That might be a good idea. So that concludes the week. So flexibility, my friends, being open to connecting to your intuition, and really see what the universe is trying to show you in all that is happening this week, because this is a week of, it's almost like a window into the future for this year. So really paying attention to what's happening on the super new moon, how it's unfolding for you, and then noticing those themes as they play out through this year, because it is going to play out this year. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Please post below what you enjoyed about this video, or what you enjoy about watching my astro forecast. I'd love to know, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Wishing you the most amazing week ahead, and I will talk to you soon.